Well, boys and girls, we just wanted the simple, perfect game. We just wanted the reskin of our beloved game Lineage 2. That's all. Yep, today we're talking about the Throne and Liberty and all things that is happening around this game in nearest months. My name is PLK, we're talking about mmorpg on this channel, and let's go! So as you know, I'm really big fan of Korean mmorpgs. Now it's more about the mobile pay-to-win games like Lineage 2M, but some days when the World of Warcraft was really high, Lineage 2 was really high as well. And I really loved this many years playing this game because it was perfect combination of everything for me. It was PvP on purpose, it was cool, impactful fights, you know, it was the intrigues, it was the castle siege, the huge one, like you grind, you PvP for the spot. I mean, Lineage 2, it's in my heart. But everybody was waiting that Throne and Liberty will be the game as the new Lineage, basically Lineage 3, because we waited at when it was Lineage 2M, it was just pay-to-win game, and Lineage W, I think, pay-to-win game, it's just for Korean market, and we just waited, okay, Amazon will do the stuff with Throne and Liberty, most likely it will look like Lineage 3, and we wanted that. Well, you know, but first, let's start with a traditional crash course for those who are clueless. So, Throne and Liberty, an mmorpg from the well-known Korean company NCSoft, which at first glance may seem like a new and promising IP. However, upon a close inspection, it turns out to be a rework of the once promising mmorpg Lineage Eternal that we thought will be, you know, Lineage 3 or Lineage 2 remastered, I mean Lineage 1 remastered. If you remember, there was ambitious project announced back in 2011, a sequel to the original Lineage, or at least it was supposed to be. If it's not that bad beta test where the game was shown to the public and public definitely don't like it. To put it mildly, because NCSoft for some reason decided to reinvent the wheel and add new mechanics that looks rather odd in the sequel. The audience, who were expecting to see just a reskin of the good old Lineage, didn't appreciate it. As a result, the project was rebranded as a Project TL and put on hold, with the hope of eventually reviving it. There was a long silence regarding the Project TL, and many had even given up on the game, you know. However, at the beginning of 2022, out of the dust, Throne and Liberty suddenly emerged as a completely new mmorpg, with different setting, with different gameplay, with different everything from the Lineage Eternal. And it looks like really possible reimagine of Lineage 2, with all good things that we have in the game, with some bad things that we also loved in the game, but with new graphics, new mechanics, which is cool for this project, right? It was only source code shared with Lineage Eternal, that's all. In all other aspects, Throne and Liberty has no connections to Lineage Eternal or the Lineage franchise, according to the developers. In essence, Throne and Liberty was initially conceived as a next-generation Lineage, but during the rework, it transformed into a brand new IP with a unique story and setting, which is so cool, because, you know, it is also aimed to the global market and a wide range of platforms, including mobile devices, which is not so cool, but in nowadays, it's okay. They promised a lot as usual, but from the first gameplay footage, players started having big doubts, as what they saw once again made the question of the viability of this long-awaited, should I say, endured NCSoft project. The game looked outdated, that's the first thing. It was on Unreal 4, and every possible mobile mmorpg game right now have Unreal 5. Not optimized for mobile platforms, never seen that before. Here we go again. Of course, in the same time there was a concrete information, but those who had the opportunity to try TL reported that the player concerns were not unfounded. And the Project TL, or the Throne and Liberty, really is what it looks like. I mean, during the beta it was so bad. Some refused to believe it, while others were fine with any outcome. Like myself. Like, just don't do the outcome, but just don't do the pay to win, and I will play this game. Please. Is it hard to do the good game? Some refused to believe it, while the others were fine with any outcome. But then the Korean closed beta test came, and everything fell into the place. I don't even know where to start because, well, in my opinion, the game failed almost every aspect, including the holy grail of graphics, offering players Unreal 4. However, Tron and Liberty received criticism for its static combat system, lack of targetability, excessive automation mechanics, and let's be honest, the gameplay also looks like it's just a mobile game on PC. I just don't understand it. They already had Lineage 2M. Why do you need the same stuff? It looks the same. Just compare the screenshots, it even looks the same. Since then, the NCSoft stocks have plummeted, with market capitalization dropping to level of something around 2017, and here we are. Currently, the developers are doing their best to salvage and release Tron and Liberty. Although, they must try anyway, otherwise all those years of waiting and most importantly their funding would go down the drain, right? Let's see where they are at the moment. Since we last heard about the Tron and Liberty, the following has happened. Amazon Games, the publisher of the game worldwide, started accepting application for technical testing for the global version. I will be happy with every outcome. Just drop the game and no automation combat, or at least some small part, and no pay to win. I will play this game. When and what will happen there is still unclear, on a technical test, but we will talk about it later. The game is now available on Steam with the following description. Welcome to the Tron and Liberty, a free-to-play, cross-platform MMORPG with a dynamic environment, massive PvE, and the ability to transform into creatures to fight on land, sea, and air. Well, that sounds believable. I believe it. Also, from the frequently asked questions, we learned that Tron and Liberty will be available on PC via Steam, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. They conveniently omitted mobile devices through the streaming. So maybe they will change direction a little bit. If we will not have original mobile version, we will not have auto combat most likely. Well, some hope there. Although the thing about mobile version may be specific to the Korean version, but most likely not. Because in general, the developers see Tron and Liberty as a global, super global version. The game will have localized text in English, Spanish, French, German, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Japanese. The audio localization will include English, Korean, and Japanese. Amazon Games is publishing Tron and Liberty in North and South America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. You won't need an Amazon account to play the game, but you will need all the other, of course. The global version will have several regions with their own servers: East North America, West North America, Central Europe, and Asia. It's also worth mentioning that mmorpg.com published an interview with Amazon and NCSoft representatives about the Tron and Liberty, where we officially learned that, first of all, the game has a lot of diverse content, and the developers feel that it's almost ready. Secondly, the result of the Korean closed beta test were mixed. Players were not fond of the automated mechanics. Even Koreans, thank you brothers! Including the ability to level up characters offline. Also, nobody liked that. The static combat system with auto attacks and the limited weapon options. Frankly, I don't understand what's ambiguous about that, but for NCSoft and Amazon, there are definitely points to ponder. Especially considering that, as I mentioned before, NCSoft does not see the global and Korean version as a separate entities and aim for the unified version for Tron and Liberty. I really like these stories. A global game when you can compete with other clans, etc. It was like that in Lineage 2M at the beginning, when you have only, you can siege castles on your territory, but then it opened the other territories and you can go and siege castles from other servers, which were cool. I just really scared if they will do Lineage 2M plus or something. Just recently, during the Q2 2023 financial report, NCSoft representatives shared fresh information about Tron and Liberty. According to them, the release in South Korea will take place in December 2023, while the global version from Amazon will likely be released in 2024. Additional information is expected to be revealed by Amazon, possibly at gamescom.com. But it's really frustrating and complicated why the launch of the Korean version is tied to the release of the global version of the Amazon, but the dates are different. What's happening? I'm not quite sure how these two things, the Korean release in December 2023 and the global release in 2024, correlate with each other. The delays are obviously due to the issues that arose after the Korean closed beta test. The developers had to quickly make improvements focusing on character progression and combat system, obviously. They made the combat system more dynamic by allowing characters to move while casting spells. Wow! I consider this the best innovation in the genre since the original Lineage. Although, of course, Throne and Liberty has no connections to Lineage, don't get me wrong. In addition, they reduced the amount of repetitive content at the start of the game and significantly increased the speed of leveling up. Thank you as well. NCSoft is confident that they have achieved good results in addressing the criticized elements of the game. And just to remind you, there were more criticized elements than just these two. I mean, auto-combat and pay-to-win, but they did say nothing about that. Well, let's leave it at that. I can't help but notice the irony, So, Lineage Eternal was supposed to be a sequel to the original Lineage. Went through the closed beta test, faced negative criticism and was sent back for the further development. It evolved into the Throne and Liberty, right? A new promising IP, which also went through the closed beta test and faced negative criticism. Surprise, surprise, it was sent back for the further development. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but perhaps NCSoft should just make a proper modern sequel to Lineage, which everyone has been waiting for, without coming up with far-fetched ideas like they did in Lineage Eternal. I don't know. Just, wild thought. Put the comments below. What do you think, guys? Not reskin of Lineage 2M, which does not need any reskins and is doing just fine, bringing a huge profit to the developers. I mean, this game doing the billions of profit every year. Lineage 2M. And it's just casino. But let's get back to the Throne and Liberty. Just a good old Lineage in a new modern form. It's not that difficult considering that they always end up with Lineage. They did try everything, but they still doing Lineage, which is good, no matter what they do. And about the Throne and Liberty, the changes such as reducing repetitive content at the start, allowing moving during the combat, it's not enough to attract players in the West, right? I think it's quite obvious and the developers confident won't change that, especially since there is no real confidence, just panic and desire to keep an appearance despite the game is bad, right? In any case, there's still some time left. Maybe they will make some more improvements and delete the repetitive combat, automated system and pay to win, maybe, please. Maybe we'll do something cool. Because the base is good, everything is good. You need to change stuff and it will be maybe a really good game. After all, no one is stopping them from delaying the game for another 7 to 8 years, and then it might actually turn out great. Don't forget, as always, to like or dislike this video. Put the comments below what do you think about this Throne and Liberty drama, and do you wait the game or not? Because I still wait. I will wait for Lineage 3 for all of my life, I think. But subscribe to the channel if you like the video. Thank you for your time. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.